Well, hi, recap fans. It's a beautiful day. I decided to take the recap down to my favorite park in Vero Beach, and I figured I'd show you what I think is the principal geographic feature of Vero Beach, and that is the Indian River. It goes right down the middle of Vero Beach. On one side is Orchid Island, on the other side is what they call the mainland, and it's really a pretty river. Now, the reason I bring it up is because in the middle of it is part of the Intracoastal Waterway. And, I got thinking about the Intracoastal Waterway, and I discovered something that I think you might find interesting. The original idea for the Intracoastal came up from a Treasury Secretary named Albert Gallatin in 1808. 1808. Now, it was only finished in 1949, and what provoked first off, the Intracoastal goes from someplace in Massachusetts all the way down the East Coast, around the tip of Florida, and around the Gulf of Mexico, and ends up in Texas someplace. Now, the what had happened was the idea came up in 1808, but it wasn't until World War II when German submarines were operating off the east coast of the United States and knocking out a lot of shipping that there was really an impetus to spur this thing. So, and it was ultimately finished in 1949. Now, in Vero Beach, or in Indian River, the Intracoastal is only a strip that's 150 feet wide in the middle of the Indian River. It's 12 feet deep, but required by law to be 12 feet deep. And I find it very interesting. I think about it every time we go over to Orchid Island for lunch or something like that. There are two bridges that connect the mainland with Orchid Island. One is the Merrill Barber Bridge, and the other is Alma Lee Loy. She was some old lady who was big time involved in Vero Beach. So anyway, that's the Inland Waterway, the Indian River. Now this weekend coming up, we got two big football games, both on Saturday, both at 1 o'clock. In Summit, my nephew or grandson, Matt, is going to lead the Summit Hilltoppers on the field against Scotch Plains Fanwood for their final regular season game. And Matt will be out there as quarterback and middle linebacker. He's having a great season. And Hobart, which has been having a very disappointing season so far, 1-5, is taking on St. Lawrence University. And they've been playing St. Lawrence University since 1901. And Hobart has a very, really commanding lead in that series. I think they're like 57-31. So even though they've had a disappointing season, I'm looking forward to Hobart having a good game. I'm looking forward to my grandson, Tim, playing tight end. I'm looking forward to him having a big game. Anyway, that's this week's recap. The Indian River. Hey, Vero Beach. Have yourselves a nice weekend. See you next week.